Cut down on all the job injuries from flat sheets. Take a look.
We found research that have shown that the housekeeping work is one of the most dangerous works in the hospitality industry. Housekeepers are required to get on their hands and knees to scrub floors. So we're proposing that hotels provide mops and fitted sheets, simple, common sense solutions to clean a room.
Now, the California Occupational Safety and Health Administration is saying that hotels should supply housekeepers with fitted sheets and other safer housekeeping tools. With us, a California housekeeper, Kathy Youngblood. Kathy, thank you for joining us. Look, I'm trying to be fair, but when I think of occupational injuries, I think of, I don't know, a construction worker drilling a nail through his hand or dropping a beam on his foot, an oil rigger getting slammed by a drill bit, or a longshoreman getting crushed by a container, not necessarily making a bed such a hazard.
Well, now you need to add housekeeping duties to that, too. So add that to your long list. It is a very demanding, rough work. It is fast-paced, and yes, you do suffer injuries.
But, Kathy, aren't there injuries in just about every... I mean, I could walk into that camera over there, hit it in my head, and it's an occupational hazard, but do we need the union to tell our businesses that we need fitted sheets versus flat sheets?
Well, now we do, because think of this. For years, housekeepers have been complaining. We would like fitted sheets. We would like long and short-handled tools to help us do the jobs better. Nobody's listening. In one ear, out the other. We're tired of it. I'm a housekeeper. I work at the Hyatt, Andaz in West Hollywood. I and other housekeepers, as well as union members and non-members, we are tired of being overlooked. We want dignity. Right. We want respect. Why isn't someone paying attention to the rough jobs that we do? We take pride in our work.
No doubt.
You hear me? Pride in your work.
I have to make this point that I'm not trying to belittle the work that you do. It's just, my question is, do we have to turn, hold on, Kathy, I want to go to Bo. Do we have to turn to the union to make sure every single job is perfectly safe? It's impossible.
You know something, housekeeping, this,
well, now, I don't know about every single job, but the job that we do.
Well, Kathy, hang in there.
You know, I used to be a policeman. I was a detective. I mean, that's a dangerous job. We all agree. Housekeeping doesn't come into my mind as being dangerous. With that said, there are a lot of people that would like to be making those beds who are on unemployment lines. And I feel for those people who can't find a job. So, I mean, we better not bite our noses off here, because that's exactly what will happen.
Honey, I came straight from the unemployment line to the hotel industry.
Well, you have a job, right? You have a job.
I have a job.
My mother taught me how to make beds when I was little. I could make my bed without being fitted sheets, and I make my own beds now. I do my own laundry. I iron my own shirts. You know something? That's not a hazard. That's part of life.
Let me make a point
Hold
here.
on, guys,
and you're not in a neck brace,
but
right,
hang
Bo?
on, guys. No. Let me bring this in. Bo makes a very good point. The more regulation, the more the unions get their way and demand certain, I don't know, tools, equipment, hours, etc., the fewer people that the hotel chain can put to work.
Well, let me make a serious point here. If you're looking to cut back on the number of government regulators you have to go into these businesses and make sure that the labor practices are fair, the best way is to have someone on the ground like a union who can advocate for workers and say, you know what, there are a lot of injuries being sustained. Here's a way to cut back on those. And
come on, hold on, Bobo. And it's PC gone wild.
It's PC gone wild, and it's where does it stop? Look, if you don't like the hotel chain or you think it's too hard of a job, well, then do something else if it's too dangerous.
Well, you know where it should be? You know where the OSHA should be? How about these friggin' coal mines with these guys who are dying in the coal mine for the inhaling things?
Hang on, guys. I want to get back to Kathy. Hold on, guys. Hang on.
And you know what?
Krystal, please, go ahead, Kathy. You've heard a lot. You've heard both sides. Weigh in. I mean,
and I can appreciate your input, but you need to understand this is from a housekeeper that actually works the jobs every day. Okay, I take pride in my work.
But we're not disputing that, Kathy. We're not disputing.
But that was my entry-level job into the hotel industry.
We're not disputing that you work hard, and we're not disputing that there are certain hazards to the job, but there are hazards to every job.
It's repetitive motion that causes the injuries.
What would you say to those who say, because of the union and people like you, fewer people are actually going to be able to work for the hotel chain you work for?
Oh, that's bogus. That's bogus. Come on. And fitted sheets, it costs no more to press and fold fitted sheets and get them to those
Kathy,
than it does
be honest now. Fitted sheets cost a lot more to buy, though.
Who says? Who says?
Oh,
I can show you an entrepreneur that can do it real cheap. Let me put in a bid.
Eric, let me tell you this. As a percentage of GDP, corporate profits are at almost an all-time high, and the share of GDP that goes to labor is at an all-time
Also,
low.
let's spread the wealth a little more.
So I'm saying that we could afford to provide some basic things for housekeepers if it's going to keep them from repetitive
Let
stress
the
injuries. I don't
businesses
see what
decide.
the big
Why
Thank
are
you,
we
Ange.
mandating
Why not
businesses
have
do
it?
Why
certain
not
things?
have
Let the
a voice
businesses
and an
choose.
advocate for
If
workers?
businesses want to provide these tools, then they'll
right.
get the best possible
We're going to have
grades
to
and
leave it there.
the
It
best
was a
possible
fantastic show, everyone, and say thank you to Kathy Youngblood.
fitted
That's
sheets.
I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you very much. It's Bo Dietl. That's Andrea Tinteros, and that's Krystal Ball. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.